Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Authentic Info Podcast. I'm your host, Admas Kganyago. Now, a few weeks back, we saw the public protector, Colleague, release a report that cleared President Ramaphosa from the Phala matter. And we're all surprised. We heard a lot of political analysts, we heard a lot of opposition party leaders slamming that report. But here comes another one. In the past week, we saw the South African Reserve Bank clearing Ramaphosa from any irregularities or wrongdoing when it comes to Phala matter. Now, there are concerns, for example, before we dwell much on this, that when people talk about the recent Phala report, it's just the South African Reserve Bank report, and they forget who is in charge of the South African Reserve Bank. And the man is Leseja Kganyago. And political parties like the EFF are convinced that the man is gunning for the Minister of Finance position. That is why he's so obsessed with protecting President Ramaphosa. Now, the question is, why is that report confidential? Confidential to who, and why was it released? Why was it confidential? And another question is this a question of law, legality, or politics? Because such reports should be made public so that everyone gets to read and understand the reasoning and facts that led to the arrival to such a conclusion to clear President Ramaphosa. But it seems like we're not afforded that opportunity because they say that the report is confidential. But it is not the first time we see confidentiality. We saw the President Ramaphosa's CR17 bank statement being sealed in front of us by the courts. So that is not the first time. They played this game firstly with the CR17 bank statements. Why do you hide? Why do you hide the names? Why do you hide the financial cash flow that people are interested to know and see who funded you, who funded your campaign, so that we can understand who you associate with and who are your handlers? But that information till today, it has been sealed. Now, again, we see all these institutions which were supposed to be independent. We see them protecting the president. So, this is a person who is available for second term, who after 2024 is expected to continue to lead us as president. That is if the ANC emerge victorious. But he keeps on hiding from us information that is of our interest. Because we ought to know what really transpired. How does a man buy buffaloes and not collect them? We need to know. Who can spend more than $500,000 in your farm and it's not recorded? What type of transaction is that? Why does your business receive that sum of money and the money is not declared? What type of leadership is that? Looking at the position of President Ramaphosa, he knows all the channels that are here in South Africa that regulates our finances. He knew that there's a time frame that one is afforded by institutions like Reserve Bank, SARS, and things like that to declare money of foreign currency. He knows, he's well aware. He has long been involved in trading in animals. So someone comes from abroad on Christmas while people are busy with their families. He comes with hard cash to buy buffaloes and not collect them. And is given a receipt that has nothing to do with their address, their identity. It's just a name for such a lucrative transaction. It doesn't make sense. And if these institutions, which we thought were very independent, are used to protect the president, it's a compromise. And it is setting precedent, which means in the future, someone who is corrupt might use the very same channels that are being used now by these individuals who were employed by the president to head these institutions which were supposed to be independent. Future criminals are going to use this case as a reference to say it's fine. I am found with cash in my couches and I don't want to account. Let the reports be private and confidential. So if they are private and confidential, why is there a report? Why is there a report? I mean, he is a president and he is subject to scrutiny. The state must know anything and everything that affects their leader so that we know the type of leader that we have. So that in 2024, when we go and vote, we know who we are voting for. We know the type of leader that we are giving our votes to. President Ramaphosa is associated with a lot of shenanigans, to say. And fortunate for him, he has people to do his dirty work. I mean, our president agreed in public that he do have a farm, he does sell animals, and these independent bodies are coming now to disagree with whatever that he has agreed with. So they come to us to say whatever he said is wrong. This is what really happened. We saw the Public Protector's Office being embarrassed, clearing the president of a matter that he has publicly agreed upon. They cleared him. And we see again the Reserve Bank under Leseja Kganyago coming back to clear the same president who agreed publicly to be involved in that business. And the names of the people who were involved in those transactions are not being mentioned. You understand? It's the president's property. You're saying it was not there, things like that. Then who is it who was there? Who received the money? Why did this person not declare to both the president and other bodies which are supposed to be notified of such transactions and monies? And they decide to hide this money on mattresses and couches until it is stolen. By the way, even by the time it was stolen, the matter was dealt with under the carpet until a former National Commissioner of Correctional Services, Arthur Fraser, blew the whistle. If it wasn't for him, they were going to deal with this matter under the carpet, which means they were not going to take the legal route. Because no case was opened, by the way. They wanted to deal with this, in apartheid style, some sort of intelligence. of torture, looking for the criminals who stole that money, torturing them until they recover a large sum of it, if not all of it. That is another case. So our president is involved, in a lot of, these are criminal activities, a lot of criminal matters. Before CR17, before Phala, which are famous cases, there is the Marikana, which I think have not went to speak to the widows. It is only opposition parties and other organizations who are sympathizing with those widows. This is the type of president that we have in South Africa. He doesn't account to anything. He doesn't account. And he has people who protect him, who clean his mess. So lately, Leseja Kganyago has played this role on using and on compromising an independent body to protect an individual by the name of the president. This is Authentic Info Podcast. I'm your host, Admas Leseja. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, share, let's engage on the comment section. Thank you.